John B. Schuler was born in Switzerland in 1850. An able man, he was prepared to make the most of his life until the German army initiated its draft. It was 1869, and young Swiss men were being snatched up against their will to become entangled in the affairs of the German military. Although escaping the country was both dangerous and difficult, John was a determined man and traveled south through Italy. He couldn't afford the ticket for public travel to America, but he would not let that stop him. Packing few belongings and as much food as he could afford, he and other Swiss youths snuck aboard a cargo ship bound for America. The quartering tight, the climate cold, dank and dark, and the journey long. In hindsight, however, it seemed preferable to the traumatic journey on which the general public underwent, bound for Ellis Island. Upon arrival in this foreign land, John felt lost. He had no form of identification, no papers, no knowledge of the language, and no friends. He chased his Swiss brethren to the crowd of people, for they were the only people he could speak to. They found their way into an immigrant center and learned of great opportunity in the West, thanks to their knowledge of both German and French. But he had no money. He and his new friends picked up jobs at the loading docks, where they would toil for 10 to 12 hours each day. During this year of work, John was able to make the money he needed for a train ticket to the frontier. Upon arrival in St. Paul, Minnesota, he truly had no friends. His Swiss travel companions had gone separate ways, leaving John to fend for himself. Still, he was better prepared this time around. With the ability to speak some English, he was able to find a job and lodging and start anew. During this time he spent in St. Paul, he met Miss Anna Roche, a French immigrant, with whom he would converse and whom he would make his wife at age 21. In 1874, the two moved to today's Benton County, where they homesteaded and started the Schuler family that has continued down all the way to myself. My grandfather's grandfather's father, John, was potentially days away from being drafted into the German army, where his story would have carried out differently, and I would never have been born. From Switzerland to America, the cultures truly were able to blend to create the Swiss-American part of myself. This here's the obituary from John's death in 1925. It is the only thing left to remember him by, and outlines his life. He was remembered for being county commissioner, oil inspector, and, to quote, one of Benton County's best and most prominent citizens. I'm truly proud to be part of this lineage.